Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's devotion for August 14th. I'm sorry I was absent this weekend. It was a busy weekend, and then I was distracted and realized at the end of each day that, oh my gosh, I didn't do it. So we will pick up where we left off. Obviously, we're still picking up with the devotion on the 14th. We're not doing the ones we missed, but for the reading through the Bible in 365, obviously I'll pick up where we left off. So this is the reading for August 14th. It's titled Lonely But Not Forgotten. And the Bible reading is from Genesis chapter 40, verses 8 to 15 and 20 to 23. We both had dreams, they answered, but there is no one to interpret them. Then Joseph said to them, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams. So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his dream. He said to him, In my dream, I saw a vine in front of me, and on the vine were 3 branches. As soon as it budded, it blossomed, and its clusters ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and put the cup in his hand. This is what it means, Joseph said to him. The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your position, and you will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand, just as you used to do when you were his cupbearer. But when all goes well for you, remember me and show me kindness. Mention me to Pharaoh and get me out of this prison. I was forcibly carried off from the land of the Hebrews, and even here I have done nothing to deserve being put in a dungeon. Now the 3rd day was Pharaoh's birthday, and he gave a feast for all his officials. He lifted up the heads of the chief cupbearer and the chief baker in the presence of his officials. He restored the chief cupbearer to his position, so that he once again put the cup in Pharaoh's hand. But he impaled the chief baker, just as Joseph had said to them in his interpretation. The chief cupbearer, however, did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. When you listen to their stories, it becomes clear that perhaps the most difficult part of being a prisoner is isolation and loneliness. In fact, one study revealed that regardless of the length of their incarceration, most prisoners receive only 2 visits from friends or loved ones during their time behind bars. Loneliness is a constant reality. It's a pain I imagine Joseph felt as he sat in prison unjustly accused of a crime. There had been a glimmer of hope. God helped Joseph correctly interpret a dream from a fellow inmate who happened to be a trusted servant of Pharaoh. Joseph told the man he would be restored to his position and asked the man to mention him to Pharaoh so Joseph could gain his freedom. But the man did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. For 2 more years, Joseph waited. In those years of waiting, without any sign that his circumstances would change, Joseph was never completely alone because God was with him. Eventually, the servant of Pharaoh remembered his promise, and Joseph was released after correctly interpreting another dream. Regardless of circumstances that make us feel we've been forgotten and the feelings of loneliness that creep in, we can cling to God's reassuring promise to his children. I will not forget you. When have you experienced the pain of being forgotten? How does the reminder of God's constant presence provide comfort? Thank you for joining me for today's devotion, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.